Welcome, everyone, to the Tides of Lore, the official podcast of Legends Anonymous, the greatest guild in the world, and, as of last Friday, the greatest guild at Blizzcon. Yes, we are back. We have come forth from the greatest Blizzard-related convention on this planet. Some say the only convention, but we don't talk to them like that. That's cool. I'm joined live by the Council of Five. Standing to my left, from the deepest dungeons of Sacramento, California, Marcus.
What's going on, everybody?
Just below him, hailing from the wintry north of Canada, Failure. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
And from the New Jersey Turndyke, Grand Mumper.
Hello!
Next to him, from the Pain Keep, riddled in the basement in southern Indiana, Andric.
Heyo.
And finally, fresh off the Somalian boat, Zelgadis.
Woo! Hey guys.
What is up, guys? We're back. Finally,
Yes.
return trip home. How's everybody feeling?
Whew, pretty tired. It was a long drive. Had a 7-hour drive back up north, but well worth it. It was an amazing convention, amazing trip. Got to meet everybody from Legends Anonymous. I could not be happier. It was just a great, great time.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. I had a lengthy drive as well. My brother and I were the only ones who drove. I heard Andric took the bus, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, we forgot to mention, Andric was our surprise guest that we surprised the entire guild with at
Yes,
BlizzCon.
You may have heard back in previous shows that we were making fun of him for not being there, but that was a ruse. Tricking our guildies, not letting them know that he was in fact joining us. So it made that last show a little awkward for him. But now he's back. He's got so many great things to talk about. Speaking of which, how was your first flight to the west, Mr. Andric?
Wasn't bad. I'm not sure I'd ever live in California, but it was a good time.
Everyone who doesn't live in California says that because they see the prices, but people who live in California never really want to leave.
Yeah, I can see that.
I still want to go back. I've been out of California for 4 years, and I'm trying to go back, but that's just me. About Zell and Failure, you guys' first trip to California. Zell, you gonna go to the real American city for the first time? Okay.
Not just Buffalo.
Yes!
Buffalo
It was
does
everything.
not count. If we have any viewers left from Buffalo, what are you still doing in Buffalo? I gave you clear instructions last show. Oh, but what'd you think,
It was
Zell?
amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. First trip to the States, the U.S. as we big boys call it.
Big boys.
It was it was good. It was really, really good. I mean, just seeing a freaking palm tree was like exciting. I was kind of freaking out over that. Then just BlizzCon was everything. It was amazing. It was my first BlizzCon, and then getting to meet you guys in person was fantastic. I couldn't have a better time.
All right, Granny, you didn't stop at LAX this time. You actually deboarded. How was eating out in the non-airport where we don't have garlic cheese fries?
It was great actually. It was a lot nicer outside of the airport than hanging out in there. But it was nice to be in a little bit warmer weather and of course see you guys.
You mean when you almost got arrested by TSA outside the airport?
That didn't happen. There's no evidence. You can't prove that.
So let's talk BlizzCon, guys. I mean, wow. Where do we start? I mean,
well, let's for your guys' first impressions of the show, just the initial getting your badges and things. How do you think it went? How do you think things were organized? Let's just go with that because my brother and I, like I said, we've been to BlizzCon in '09. And we're kind of familiar with the process. But was this your guys' first convention at all of this sort?
Yeah, this was my first time to any time of convention of this nature. It was good. I think Blizzard did a great job. Everything was very organized, and got your badges in and out quick, and they did a great job.
Yeah, I think they streamlined that process really well. about you guys?
Well, let's ask them what they felt about the atmosphere before the opening ceremony, being in that main stage. This was your first BlizzCon, all the anticipation. We'll start with Zell.
Oh my god. Let me tell you, I literally it wasn't my first convention, but it was my first convention at that level of magnitude, if that makes sense.
Well, what
It
kind of
was
conventions are
literally
you talking about? What other ones have you been to?
well, just like anime or like
Oh,
comic book ones. You know what I mean? They have like Comic Cons here. Um, but it was not at the level of BlizzCon. I mean, just to give you guys a feel, the first day I was there, right, like when we were picking up the tickets, I got to hold freaking Ashbringer.
But you
So
didn't hold it correctly.
You didn't hold it.
Listen.
Wow.
listen,
Really?
He's a shaman, okay?
We have
Give him a
12
break.
I'm a
1,000
shaman.
people
I am not a paladin.
on
Thank
Imager
you.
telling you that you're an idiot.
No. Those people love me.
It's the only
but
shaman who does self-inflicted damage.
so just that was amazing, and then that kind of set the pace, and the people were amazing. Everyone was awesome to talk to.
Oh my god, where is my team?
So let's talk about the opening ceremony. Why don't we start with the anticipated Warcraft trailer? Bro, you've been talking a lot about the Warcraft movie. So Dr. Legend, first impression, Warcraft trailer.
So it's no secret I am not a fan of the Horde in any way, shape, or form. Okay, in my opinion, when some chodes come storming into your land uninvited, all right, those are the villains. And they start some shit. They didn't come with a peace offering. They came with axes and weapons. Granted, lore-wise, yeah, they were corrupted by the blood of man, but they drank that shit willingly. But I digress.
Good point.
So, watching the trailer, and I knew last year they were talking about trying to make the Horde seem empathetic. Like, hey, we're trying to make it seem like it's hard who to root for. I kind of got what they were saying there, but it still irked me a little bit, because if I was going to tell a story about redeeming this race that got all kind of screwed up and, tainted themselves with the blood, I would save their big reveal for the ending part of the trilogy. Granted, there were, seeing Duratar in there, and he was actually the voice of reason, which we're familiar with. That was cool. So story-wise, the trailer, I think, painted a picture of what to expect, which is good. They didn't reveal everything, so if you're not familiar with the story, you never played the original games, you're not familiar with the lore, I think you're going to be in for quite many surprises. I will say, visuals were gorgeous. Like, I am psyched to see Stormwind, and I'm psyched to see all the locations that we're used to, because it's hard for us when we play the game. We're used to seeing it as a game. So we see Goldshire, we see two little fucking buildings. But lore-wise, it's a huge town. Same thing with Stormwind. There's not just like 4 shops there. Stormwind's a capital. Hundreds of thousands of people live in Stormwind, and we don't take that in as gamers because that's not how it's designed in-game. So I think there's going to be a lot of people who are questioning, well, that doesn't really look like that. Well, it does, but we're not used to it. So if I had to rate it, I'll give the trailer 8 out of 10, but I have to wait to see the movie.
I'm going to have to say about the trailer was I didn't know how it was going to look, the entire Warcraft movie. I didn't know if there was going to be too realistic, or was it going to be more like Avatar or high CGI. But I was really impressed with the way it was presented, because it felt a little bit real, because I'm used to seeing orcs and humans kind of cartoony-ish. That's been the Warcraft theme, and to see it just come to life, it kind of I didn't have a good reaction to it. I was just like, whoa, this is what Warcraft would look like if it were real life, and that's what I took away from the trailer. I thought the trailer was awesome. I thought the Griffins looked great, and I think there's going to be a lot of politicking within the story, very similar to things like Game of Thrones, where it's going to be a deep story. And one last thing I'll say, I think the most poignant part about the Warcraft trailer reveal was seeing how nervous Duncan Jones was. He grabs the mic and it's shaking in his hand. He was so nervous, and to me that shows how passionate he was about the product, because for him to be nervous about the trailer means he really cares and he really wants it to be good. So it tells me that it's probably going to be a great movie.
trailer
Yeah.
was well received. A lot of people like online were saying good things about it. Zell, what did you think, my big lore guy?
You know what? First of all, I was very impressed that all the actors were there. I'm not too sure why they were there though, because they didn't say
Well, not
anything.
all of them were there.
There was an
Well, like,
invite-only panel.
Oh,
They
what?
did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What?
for the media.
Son of a bit. All right,
Wow.
Nothing interesting was discussed.
all right,
but-
we
Yeah.
gotta get super famous and get invited to that.
Okay, that makes more sense because I'm like, they didn't really say anything. But it was cool to see them as well as the director. In terms of the cinematic, I was kind of underwhelmed. Like, I didn't think it was. I was expecting more, I think. And then. So, not to say that I'm disappointed, it's just, I was expecting a lot more. The graphics were amazing. The part where he jumps on a griffin just blew my mind. I had a freaking nerd attack. But other than that, it was good. I'm really, really excited for when the movie comes out.
I see what you're saying, and somebody pointed this out at Reddit, which kind of helped me open my eyes to the trailer. They said they made it purposely cliche to appease the non-video game crowd.
Oh,
There,
yeah?
there were
Okay.
people at work talking
Uh,
about the Warcraft trailer. People that
Really?
that didn't even play video games. They were like, "Oh, did you see that Warcraft trailer?"
That's what they need to do. They need to claw people in, because imagine if they revealed some of the big stuff that was going on, like just not the. It was like a general overview. If I had to talk to somebody in Warcraft in 1 minute, the whole initial story. That's kind of what it was. But they're gonna be in a big fucking surprise when they go to that theater and see all the shit happening. I mean, we just got little snippets of things, huge groundbreaking events that change Azeroth forever happen in that film, and we didn't see any of them. Not one.
Yep.
We just got kind of a feel for it.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of what I saw.
Daryl, you're not much of a lore guy, so what'd you think?
I thought it was good. I think I probably went in with my expectations a little too high. So, it was good, but didn't blow me away. But I think that's probably more of a problem with my expectations than with the actual trailer. I thought it was outshined by the cinematic a little bit.
Yeah.
But we won't get into that right now. But yeah, we're all good. 8 out of 10 sounds about right. if we're going with the numeric ratings.
Andrick?
I'm pretty much in the same boat. I mean, visually it looked pretty good. I think from a pure CGI standpoint, we're really not going to see it flex its muscles till we get to things like, spoilers, Medivh opening the Dark Portal, things along
my
those
God.
lines.
See? Not even mentioned in the trailer. Not one.
Not
until
even
they got
close.
here. Exactly.
Yeah. So I think once we start to see stuff like that, I'll get more excited for it, but right now I'm kind of middle of the road.
I think it was nice to see the world that they created, because all we've seen so far is just cinematic shots and stills. To see it actually moving was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Granny, you just learned how to read. What'd you think?
I liked it. I'm excited for it. I really didn't do much studying as far as before seeing that trailer, so I really went in with no idea of what was gonna be like at all. I didn't get to see any stills, so I was definitely excited to see it, and now it drew my attention to be. I want to be there opening night to see it, definitely.
Were you not going to see it opening night before?
I don't know, honestly. Probably, obviously. Yeah. I was going to be there opening night either way. But that definitely put me 100% excited for it now.
Are you going to take your girl to see it, who's not a Warcraft fan?
She actually said no, she doesn't want to see it on opening night because I wouldn't see Batman with her on opening night.
What?
She's salty. She's salty.
Which
Wow.
Batman, though? Hold on. Which Batman?
What was the most recent one?
Dark Knight Rises?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
she made a good call.
Yeah. So
God.
so I don't think she'll go with me.
It's cool to see a movie by yourself. It's totally fine to go.
No, there'll be 100 other nerds there. Come on.
Yes.
You'll fit right in.
I bet
It'd
if
be
you
like a mini BlizzCon.
I bet if you
Yep.
call Seth, he'll join you.
Holy crap.
They should come to Warcraft movie.
Oh. No, the graphics were amazing. And speaking of amazing cinematics, holy fuck, the Legion cinematic.
Oh my god.
So I
yeah.
knew we were
Girl.
gonna get something. I didn't know we were gonna get the best motherfucking cinematic Blizzard has ever done. Now, as far as time-wise, is it the longest? Because I think it was like 4.5 minutes. Most of
Pretty
them
long.
between 2 to 3 minutes, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. It seems so. It seemed pretty long.
So with the hype surrounding Legion that we got at Gamescom and now seeing the cinematic, just purely based on not even before the panels or anything, what are you guys feeling about the game like coming up?
Just based off the cinematic?
Just based off watching it, and we already knew a bunch going in from Gamescom, and then seeing the cinematic. What did that do to your hype levels?
The cinematic is a testament to what I think is best in the game is the story. When Sylvanas showed up, the room exploded. And I'm not really a big lore fan of Sylvanas. I know a lot of people like Sylvanas, but that's what we need. We need people excited for the game. And I think right now everyone's excited for this portion of the game. I think Legion's a lore smorgasbord. So right now, my hype train for Legion is out of 10, it's 22 right now. I think it's going to be great. I think they're going to tell good stories, and judging by what we saw at the panels and how things are going to work, this might be the best expansion if they deliver.
I think they were saying something like this is the first time the cinematic is actually taking place immediately before we get started in the game. So like basically where the cinematic ended with Varian and Sylvanas fighting on the beach on the Broken Isles, that's where we're going to jump in during the pre-launch event. Like right there, right after it ended.
And that's what I'm most excited about. That, let me tell you, oh my god, I lost my shit. There were so many things. So it was kind of like contrary to the way that I felt about the WoW movie trailer, where I thought it was kind of, meh, it was good. This was just the moon. Essentially, we kind of saw Varian writing his eulogy to his son. So I don't know what that foretells in the coming expansion. And then just to see Alliance and Horde working together side by side, which is always good to see.
That we haven't
the part
seen
where
in any other expansion ever.
Yeah. And then that part where Varian he's in the water, and I thought he was going to die.
You thought he died.
Cheat.
I thought he died.
They wouldn't kill Varian off in a cinematic like that.
But I don't know, man. It scared the bejesus out of everybody. You could hear a pin drop.
He was
They definitely built
Definitely.
the tension. They are masterful at building tension with their cinematics, but there's no way they would kill somebody like Varian, the leader of an entire faction, off in a cinematic.
They killed off Garrosh in a cinematic halfway through a quest line.
Yeah, but Garrosh has never really been the leader of the Horde. I mean, he was the leader of the Horde, but it was always splintered and fractured, and no one really liked him. I mean,
never feels like there's a real leader of the Horde. Even Vol'jin's kind of like, well, he's the war chief now, so what's he doing?
not since Thrall stepped down has it really felt like the Horde was like united behind one person.
Did anyone notice how much older Varian looked in the cinematic? Like
Yeah.
they aged him.
It didn't
What'd you
look
put it at?
like the current model.
It did not. It looked different. That's why I'm like, is that really Varian because of the scars?
If you take a look at what Blizzard does, they have like the two cinematics department. They have the cinematics that do the really hardcore ones, and then they have the ones that do the in-game stuff. Now the in-game stuff is pretty, I guess, Pixar-ish, like with the way they do expressions and stuff. And the cinematics team is just completely different. Like these guys are basically crafting 4-minute movies. So these
How
guys,
funny How funny was it though when he was underwater, and then he was like under like what felt like just a pile of water, and then he stands up and he's like he jumps out and he's like just standing.
Oh man, it was such a relief from the crowd, dude, because the crowd was like, it got the crowd. If you can fool the crowd, you did a good job.
And hey, spoiler alert, okay? Varian was the first guy to turn off shoulder transmog. Anyone else notice that?
Whoa. Didn't
Doing
see
big
that.
things.
Wow. I didn't catch that.
That's true, actually.
Swinging.
So, shifting gears out of the cinematics and all the announcements that we did get, let's talk about the overall convention, how this one was organized. this is in stark contrast, Dr. Legend, into the one that we went to at BlizzCon 2009. Much different structure. You could see that the game, the Blizzard portfolio is so balanced now. When we went to BlizzCon in '09, it was all about World of Warcraft. They announced an expansion, the crowd went nuts. There was Warcraft panels in 2 different stages most of the time during the day. There was realm meetups. Now you had an Overwatch area, a Heroes area, a WoW area, a StarCraft area, a Dark Moon Fair. It was a very, very balanced convention, and I think that's where Blizzard is heading to. What do you think, bro?
One thing I noticed off the bat, which I don't know if you know or remember, that they had an extra hall. So we went in '09, and Hall B, I think it was the Hearthstone Hall, that used to be the main hall, and you used to cuddle up in there and watch whatever 2 screens they had for the opening ceremonies. So they put that, they had that last year, I think. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's more. I don't watch the live streams of BlizzCon. But it was a lot bigger. And not just size-wise, way more people. It definitely felt like shoulder, almost nuts to butts kind of situation walking anywhere. A lot more people. I think they severely underestimated the popularity of a few things, namely the Heroes of the Storm tournament. Half the crowd was standing for it, which is, I think, a testament to how much bigger it's going to be next year. Imagine when they get Overwatch on esports. But just the way, going in there, I knew what I was going to expect. I knew it was going to be the dark, smoky atmosphere, and it was very familiar. It was just, there was definitely a lot more people, but a lot more stuff to do. If I had any complaint, is I wish there was a 3rd day. That's it.
Now, what do you guys think? And we'll start. Go ahead, Zell. What do you think overall convention experience?
Overall, I have nothing else to compare it to in terms of like BlizzCon. I thought it was good. I just don't understand. Just to get back to Luis's point, I don't understand why there's no 3rd day. Like when I got back home on Monday, I was like, it's over. So I wish there was a 3rd day. Overall convention, I thought was really good. In terms of the panels, being a WoW player, I would have preferred more WoW panels. I didn't feel like there was as many, but I enjoyed. Yeah. But I enjoyed all the games that were being played, and I have to say the thing that I've taken back since the convention is Heroes of the Storm. I'm a huge fan now. I love that game, which previously I did not play. So overall convention, I have to give it 2 thumbs up.
And what about you, Daryl?
Yeah, I thought it was a good time. I thought the Overwatch lines were too long. I would have liked to play that a little bit more. I really enjoyed the esports. I had a lot of fun watching the Heroes tournament. That was great. I wish I had taken some of the Hearthstone, but there's only so much time in those 2 days. So yeah, it was great. It was a lot of people, and I had a really great time.
Mr. Nerd, Granny, is this your first convention?
Yes, and I didn't realize how fun it actually was to watch the WoW arenas. Like how involved I felt just watching them, and I was on the edge of my seat, like, oh my god, and then somebody's dead and the whole place explodes. That felt great. And the Heroes, that was amazing too. Just the amount of people and the atmosphere, and the whole convention. I like how they made WoW feel like the subtle number one. Like it was what it was about, but at the same time, Overwatch was so big, and I like the little corner they had with the Hearthstone little whatever you want to call that, because that was like what, half a hall or a quarter of the hall, so that was cool. That little room thing they had. Overall, it felt like we weren't too congested anywhere at any time. So it was overall perfectly balanced, like you said. You couldn't hit it, any better.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing these guys have said. I don't really have anything to compare it to, like Zell, but it was a great time. You spend the weekend playing some of your favorite games with people you love to play them with. There's not really much better than that. So
That's so sweet, Jake.
We have a question on the Twitch channel. So what is the Dark Moon Fair? So I'll ask, did any of you guys go to the Dark Moon Fair?
Briefly.
Yeah.
Very briefly.
Yeah, we went there to do the 360 cam. And if you haven't seen it, please check out our Imager. All right, and I swear I'm not making this link up, but it's imager.com/FUUKR. That's the only reason why I memorized that. But that's the Dark Moon Fair was kind of like they had something similar like that in 09, where they had a little like booths of free stuff, free photos you could take. Remember we took like the Diablo 3 picture with the weapons and whatever. They had free face painting. They had the 360 picture. They had you could talk to the devs there. Q&A. They had what's the Slaughtercap Inn where you can go over there and just hang out, sit, and chat with people, just do whatever. It's kind of like a relaxing zone to go to and just chill out. And it was
Get a Jinx shirt, free Jinx shirt.
that was not in the Dark Moon Fair.
That was not in the Dark Moon Fair?
The
Oh, I thought
Dark
it
Moon
was.
Fair had the big old banner. It was like the Dark Moon Fair in WoW.
Yeah.
No, I went there a
Yeah.
couple times, but I wish I had gone more because it just, you're right, it was a really cool place to chill, themed, the Dark Moon Fair, get free stuff.
Favorite
It was
part,
cool.
actually, not the 360 cam, but the toy machines. You can put you have to buy a token, then you put your token in, and you pull a slot, and you get little, toys like Shenmue. If anybody's played that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I got a
gonna-
shitload of them. I should send you guys some because I got like 8 duplicates of almost every one. There's only 6 figures to collect. But my wife was awesome. They had secret bonuses in some of the machines, and she won 2 Muradins from Hero of the Storm. So she gave me one, and now I have Muradin on Hero of the Storm, and that's all I play. So
I just got a
What's up?
We just got a question via Twitter PM. This is a good one. What was your favorite announcement made at the WoW panels? Ooh.
Overwatch price and collector's edition.
That wasn't a WoW
That
panel.
wasn't a
by the
WoW
way.
panel.
Well, it was. I said wow when they did that.
I'll answer that one. I think
Oh
the
my
dungeon
God.
changes were my favorite. I really like the idea of small group content that presents a challenge. I think it's been a long time since WoW has had that type of content outside of the existing challenge modes, which aren't really that rewarding unless you're into the transmog gear. So I think that will breathe a lot of new life into WoW.
Zell?
I mean, come on. Do you have to ask? It's transmog. I
Wow,
can't.
what a nerd.
Coming from someone who hasn't won an Alleged Award for Transmog, that's very odd.
Yeah.
What? I can't wait. First of all, I got cheated, and we all know that I deserved to win that. But it was amazing. I mean,
That system
finally.
is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah. And tabards. It includes everything. Tabards,
Shirts.
shirts. Yeah, I'm so excited.
You know what feature really just kind of blew me away that I never thought of, and this is the brilliance of Blizzard, was the changes to leveling zones.
That's what I was going to say.
Every time Blizzard, and this is why I still think they're a really smart company, like with flex rating, nobody thought of that. Now with this leveling experience, one, when the game launches, they're not going to be jammed up in one zone, so they solve that problem kind of. And if you don't like a zone, you don't have to spend too much time there. Everybody has a zone that they don't like to quest in. And now you don't have to quest there if you don't want to. It's just, at first I was like, oh, is this really a good feature? And then once you sit down and think about it, that new leveling scaling, it blew me away. Kudos, Blizzard, you really know what's going on.
I mean, to be serious, I picked the dungeons. Yeah, 10 dungeons at launch. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. We needed that. We need variety, and the fact that they're going to make them relevant throughout the whole expansion, please. I mean, yeah, we had a lot of dungeons in Wrath or whatever, but for every Forge of Souls, you have Oculus.
Oh God.
So there are going to be good ones in battle. I liked all the dungeons in Warlords. I just felt no need to do them. Like, I was like, once you do them and you got your gear, you just get out. Yeah, they added Mythics, but I think Mythics is a little too late. Why they take out badges? Like, that's my thing. I thought the badges were a great system. Just do dungeons all day if you can't raid or whatever, and you can get raiding gear. That's neither here nor there. So that was my favorite announcement, that they're going to make dungeons relevant again, and there's 10 at launch.
Andric?
Yeah, I think dungeons, but to a greater extent for me, it was their new approach to class design. all of the revamping of the specs that no one really could feel the flavor in. It was amazing, dude. When he described the subtlety rogue changes, now they're a ninja and they're just teleporting all over the place, stabbing everybody, teleporting again. Dude, I was like, I'm gonna play a fucking rogue. Like,
I love the way they brought it up. They kept saying we want to make the fantasy of the character seem different, and by that means they're looking at it from a perspective of, hey, we know this is an RPG first and foremost, role-playing game. We want you to feel that role, which is, I thought was really good.
It's crazy too. It's like since those announcements and all the panels that are coming out, it's so interesting that everyone you talk to now is saying, well, now I'm going to level a rogue, now I'm going to level this, and I'm going to level all the classes. So it definitely breathes new life to the like a 10-year-old game. So they definitely did their part. One additional thing that I did want to say, which is it's not necessarily came from one panel, but it seemed like everything that is being added to Legion has a lot of story and depth, whether it's from artifact and where they come from to the class changes and why they're making these changes for the class to overall just storyline period. It seems like there's like lore galore, and I can't wait to find out more about what the expansion has in store.
What about you, Granny?
Well, I hate you guys because I was gonna say the non-linear leveling. Like that's huge. You already said it though. Screw you.
No, if that's your favorite thing, no, that's a good. That's a testament
that was
to it.
huge, because that every expansion has ruined. I mean, completely ruined your first couple days of playing the expansion. I mean, it kills it for me. Obviously, you guys, it has to be the same. And then dungeons, like you said, 10 dungeons. That's huge. That's amazing. I can't wait.
So, am I just a spitball? So, the Broken Isles first event is going to be instanced like WoD was, where only a certain amount of players will be through there, and then after that we can pick the zone we go to, like take a Flight Master, or will there be a board like Cataclysm where it says Heroes Call, go to this place and fight for justice?
I actually believe I read, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that that 40-man scenario will be part of the pre-patch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're gonna get that.
We don't really know.
We don't know
what the first part of the actual expansion will be yet.
I'm actually super psyched for the pre-patch because I thought the WoD one was kind of the. I don't think the only one I ever
It was
played.
5 quests.
The only one I played was Cataclysm, and that was fucking Nomrigon.
Yeah.
That was.
I just think that with everything that we learned about, like, even I even forgot about artifact weapons. Like, you know, you got a really good idea on how that's going to play, and I think the theme of this expansion is twofold. It's your class is now different and unique, and 2, there's a million different ways to progress your character, and you get to choose the path that fits your needs. So that I don't think there's going to be really one key way to do it, but I would love to just log in. Let's say I'm logging in and it's like an hour before I have to go to work. I'd love to just do a BG, get some artifact power, then go to work, and then come home and then grab you guys and go run a dungeon, and then go to High Mountain and level my. I mean, it's just there's going to be so many things to do. That it's going to be hard to fit in everything you really want to do. So I hope this expansion lasts a long time. I hope it's a 3 major patch expansion, because it just seems like the theme of what's going on in Legion is they're addressing every single problem. They're addressing leveling, they're addressing classes, they're addressing dungeons, and they're giving you an awesome weapon. What else could be better? Hype train through the roof right now, baby. Shoot!
I'm waiting with bated breath because what did you say, Failure? He said it perfectly.
I was extremely hyped for WoD.
Oh.
So
we don't talk about WoD.
Literally
so good.
Literally the words out of his mouth were, "We all thought WoD was going to cure cancer."
Well, hey, to address that, the developer stated there wasn't a lack of content in WoD. There just wasn't enough content that you felt compelled to do. Thoughts?
Yeah, that I totally agree. I've been saying that for a while. It's the it's not the content's the problem. It's the incentive, the lack thereof incentive to do it is really what makes it feel like there's nothing to do. Once you start raiding, everything else is completely pointless, and I think that's the problem.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so,
And also, to continue on what you guys were saying, in terms of the having extra stuff to do, keep in mind that there is a storyline attached to each class, each spec. So it kind of breathes new life to your alts, where before you're just redoing the same leveling zones and content over and over again. It gets old by the second or third or fourth time. But now that you have a separate storyline that's attached to your artifact, that basically you get 3 or 4 depending on your class. That's just new story, new content, new extra stuff layered on top of the zones that are already that we're going to be questing on. So definitely a lot of things to do.
You're putting Granny to sleep, so I hope you're happy.
I'm beat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so tired. I'm still catching up from friggin' California. God damn it.
You're still
I am.
lagged?
Yeah, I think so. I'm still beat.
So, as far as we talked about all the stuff we liked, now, not to start a hate campaign, but if there are some things that BlizzCon could have done better, or something that you weren't a big fan of, let's kind of dive into that. Daryl?
In terms of the convention itself, I don't think there's anything I would change. I thought it was awesome. Specific to the WoW, the new legendary world drops, I'm extremely skeptical about that. The ones they showed looked extremely powerful, and I think it's going to be, if they are truly like the original the vanilla WoW epic drops, they're going to be extremely rare, and I think that's going to be frustrating to have such powerful items that affect the way your class plays unavailable to you.
Do you think we're going to start seeing in trade chat now, looking for a group, Hellfire, Burning, Citadel, must have these epic trinkets to start?
I don't know about that, but I would, things that have I believe the ones they showed, I can't remember what the effects were, but they have like effects that change your spells. I think that kind of thing shouldn't be exceptionally rare, because it's going to put certain people that are extremely fortunate in a position to perform much better in a raid than other people, and I don't think that will be good. But we'll see how it actually plays out. Maybe it'll be different than I'm assuming right now, based on the limited information we have.
Captain Salty, I'm sure you got plenty to say on this topic.
I don't really have anything, though. I mean, from a pure organizational standpoint, I don't have any complaints. I mean, the panels were spaced out enough that we could see all the ones we wanted. I mean, the lines were kind of bad, but I mean, I don't think there was really much they could do with that. It was just, I mean, yeah, I don't really have anything. It was almost perfect.
Really? Wow. You do not sound like anybody on the forums. Oh my God, worst
I don't know, dude.
BlizzCon ever.
I just don't have any complaints. I mean, it was exactly what I thought it would be.
Do you think going next year, you're going to have certain levels of expectations now that if they don't meet what you expect?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I mean, if they fuck something up next year and it's not on par with this year, I'll definitely be salty.
What about you, Zell?
I hate to say it, but there was nothing as well. I loved everything. I mean, I don't want to sound too Canadian on here, but it was fantastic. I loved my time there. The only thing I could say is the lines, but like Jake said, nothing can really be done. Maybe the only thing I could say is that Chris Metzen didn't say geek is. I was kind of waiting for that. I was disappointed about that, but other than that, I thought it was a perfect BlizzCon.
You know what I was most disappointed in BlizzCon was, I think I discussed this before, was when I went to BlizzCon 09 and they announced the World of Warcraft expansion there, the electricity that generated and excitement that generated, It was amazing, and I felt a little cheated that we didn't get the Legion announcement there. I know why they didn't announce it at BlizzCon, but what can you do? Just a pipe dream. I wish that every time I go to BlizzCon, there's an expansion announcement. But hey, you know what? It was still a great convention. A lot of cool stuff going on. Met a lot of great people.
Yeah, speaking of meeting a lot of great people, we got someone in one of our newest recruits in our Twitch channel right now. Everybody say hi to Emo guys.
Hey, Mo.
Nerd. You're a nerd.
So if you guys checked our Imager account, we were fairly popular while waiting for the doors to open. You could see our banner from space with the naked eye. And hey, if you guys haven't noticed, we're rocking these cool jerseys. Everybody's got them now. You're a nerd if you don't. But Legends Anonymous in the house representing hardcore at BlizzCon. Got a lot of people looking at us, recognized quite a bit. And yeah, we did some recruiting. We did some recruiting at BlizzCon, and we did some recruiting on Reddit afterwards after we posted the album.
Not on purpose either.
No, we attracted some media attention.
It was Marcus and the wife beater that did it all.
You just want me to take off my shirt, Granny. That's
Hey,
all.
yo, whoa.
Just don't go to the Hilton and buy a cocktail with a $10 bill. That's all I'm gonna say.
Next year, I'm going to bring several $23 bills.
You're going to bring $11 billion?
But the coolest thing though that I really liked about BlizzCon was going to the Hilton and seeing the atmosphere in there. Went to the con before the storm, which was awesome. I caught the end of it though. We caught the end of it obviously because we had our banquet that Thursday night, and the curse party was cool. It was just cool to be there. It felt like, it was a party that all nerds were welcome in, because I know sometimes nerds don't feel like they're welcome at all places, but it was just an experience where all nerds are welcome. Be yourself, have a great time, except for the guy that wanted to pick a fight with you, Granny, at the curse party.
I was being nice.
He wanted to do more than pick a fight, let's be honest.
But he didn't swing that way though, according to him. No, I think it's great. At the curse party, we came up with the official Legends Anonymous dance. So take notes, Blizzard. I know you would have the dance studio, but Gran has the new Legends Anonymous dance. You want to show the folks at home your incredible moves?
Well, because they derived from the beautiful land of New Jersey, but the fist pump.
Hey, we got a question on Twitch. If you had to pick one person named Thanon to be there next year, who would it be and why? I think I would pick Thanana, because Thanana knows how to DPS. Thanon does not know how to DPS.
Jesus.
What a bad.
So, expectation-wise, guys, we had a lot of big hopes coming in. Now, would you guys say that BlizzCon matched all your expectations, exceeded them? Was it underwhelming anyway? What are your guys' thoughts on just the overall atmosphere and being on the show floor?
Well, it actually overmatched my expectations based off of how much fun I was able to have. There was a lot of cool things that I weren't expecting to be there, and I think Failure had said it before. I think the tournaments were. I didn't realize how big Heroes had become. I just didn't realize the hype. So just being there, all these great games, I felt overwhelmed. Like I think we were sitting watching the Heroes tournament, go, hey, we need to get a Heroes team, we need to get a WoW Arena team, and we need to get our Overwatch. It was just. It felt so awesome. I almost felt a little overwhelmed by how much. I mean, if BlizzCon was an expansion, it was too much content.
Oh no!
Wow.
Yeah.
Stop that.
That's a good analogy. I like that.
Yeah, I think for me it definitely met everything. If I wasn't attending BlizzCon and just watching it, I think I'd have a different answer. But having gone there and been with the people, anyone that has not gone to BlizzCon needs to really go. If they play any BlizzCon game, Blizzard games, then they need to go to BlizzCon, because you can't put it in words how amazing it is. And God, how freaking amazing was Overwatch. Like, please, Blizzard, take my money, give me the beta, let us all play.
I don't know how amazing Overwatch Overwatch is. I mean, after 4 games, you're talking to a 3-time MVP. Where is he?
Oh God.
Where is he?
God.
Out of here.
Guys, do you know?
There is
he
a big
part-
difference between MVP and play of the game. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Well, let's just take it easy, guys.
And it
okay.
Why
It
don't we
helps
go
to
by
have a
KD
pocket healer.
ratio?
All right.
Why don't we
helps
go
to
by
have a
KD
pocket
ratio?
Yeah, it helps to have a pocket healer. There you go. All right, I was my own pocket healer.
Hey, the greatest part about that Overwatch was how we were able to score 5v5 against each other, and every time we would kill each other, you would see somebody look like just to see your reaction. He killed me, and I want to make sure he's not happy about it. You know, it was just so awesome. Such an amazing experience.
Failure. What about you? Expectation versus reality.
Yeah, I think it was great. I think being there, for the opening ceremonies, the atmosphere is electric. It's not like watching it at home. It was great. I'm glad I went, and I had high expectations, and I think it still exceeded them.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I will admit I had really no expectations going into BlizzCon because I never watched, like, at least 09. I didn't watch the live streams or whatever that they had. I don't even remember if they had them back then, but going in, I was blown away, and even now, my excitement for BlizzCon was watching you guys get excited for BlizzCon. Like, that to me, because I've already experienced, like, everybody remembers their first BlizzCon, and I already know mine. So to me, it was all about you guys, making sure you guys had a good time, you guys saw and did everything, and got to really experience what was going on. You, Granny, what'd you expect?
I have to say I didn't have any real big expectations, honestly, because the only thing I've ever known and recognized with BlizzCon was you get beta, you get beta, you get beta. That's all anybody ever says. You get beta. So I was maybe hoping to get, that, but with the way they changed the beta and flagging the account, I knew, that it wasn't going to be that easy. So I was really, really, really excited that I got to go. It was a dream, honestly, of mine. And but I really never put it on a pedestal like it's going to be this incredible thing, and so just even getting to go was good enough.
So now is it this incredible thing that you're gonna put on a pedestal?
Yeah, that I have to go every year, and I already started saving money for next year. It's in that little bottle back there. That one.
Bottle of Olive Garden wine.
You're not far off.
Well, the craziest part is, and we don't have time to go over it today, is all of the class preview changes that they did for World of Warcraft. I think we'll have to break that up into like few episodes just to go through it.
There's
But
a lot of data to dig through and kind of talk and discuss. So now after you guys attended the event's over, and knowing what you guys know now, what would you do differently if you were able to re-attend this event?
in terms of what we did at the event,
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly would not have gone to a lot of the panels, and I think I would have spent more time probably playing more games. I mean, it was fun to play the games, but I think I would have, the panels that I would have wanted to watch live, I think with the virtual ticket, I would have spent a little bit less time sitting at those panels and more time just kind of exploring and getting, a bunch of free stuff. So that's probably what I would have done.
Showed up a little earlier to the esports stuff so we could actually get seats.
Yeah.
Standing around for 2 hours, like I loved it. It was awesome,
man.
but yeah, standing for 2 hours is not ideal.
No.
Yeah.
My knees were hurting pretty bad.
Oh, my feet swelled up, dude. They were like balloons, man.
Granny?
I honestly, it's gonna sound weird, but I would have gone to the voice actor panel. I really am. I'm upset I didn't get to see that because I have like a weird I love that. I love the voice acting. I love like the elements of that. So I would have gone to that just to see the voice actors and what they do.
My wife was trying to drag me to that. She said, don't you want to be a voice actor? I said, I do two voices. I do Solid Snake and Vegeta. That's it. That's it. And they're almost,
There you don't.
they're
There you
almost
don't.
exactly the same. The difference between them is pitch. That's it.
We need to hear your Vegeta voice sometime.
Damn you, Kakarot.
Yes!
You nerd.
I am the Prince of all Saiyans.
Yeah, I like it.
There you go. Merry
Good,
Christmas.
it's good.
Andric.
Man, I've been sitting here thinking, and I can't, apart from what you guys have already said, like failure with the standing and watching heroes, I can't think of anything I would have done differently. I mean, the only part of the panels that we went to that really wasn't interesting was like the first 45 minutes of the first WoW panel, where they basically just went through all the art and the zones and everything, and I just didn't care for that. So maybe skip that, but nothing else really.
No, I agree with you. Zell?
I wish I would have known about all the panels that were happening at the Dark Moon Fair, because apparently there was devs that were there and they were answering questions and clarifications on certain things, which I didn't know. I heard about that after the convention, actually, when I saw it on Twitter. So I was a little bummed about that. Freaking Dave Kosak was there, my hero. So I wish that I would have been able to freaking see that.
Your hero.
No, see, never did I see
Where
that.
is
So
the
I don't know where you
key
got
button?
that.
Wow.
About to get booted. No, I gotta agree with my brother. If I were to do it differently, I probably would have skipped every panel I went to, because what I did was I downloaded all the panels on my phone and I watched them on the way home, and I got to all that same info and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of cool to be with the crowd while they're cheering and stuff, but I think that's more relevant during the esports championships, because that's live. It's almost like watching a live sporting event, which I had no idea they were like that. Like, I watch esports, I watch them on the streams. I'm like, okay, it's cool to watch them play. If you guys are skeptical about esports, you need to watch them live, because it's just like a fucking sporting event. You blow up and everything goes crazy.
Well, we went to the BlizzCon 09 arena tournaments, and the atmosphere was just, it wasn't there. It hadn't been built up. And I think now Blizzard has taken esports and made them to the point where everyone's excited for them. Before it was in their infancy. Now they were giving away thunder sticks. I took some home, man. Yeah, there's your thunder sticks, man. BlizzCon thunder sticks. Unbelievable. Like, it was just incredible.
It's a little deflated, like my wallet after BlizzCon.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
I bought.
Oh, you're
quite
gonna
a few
take that
things.
joke somewhere else.
I bought quite a few things. My wife got me the Tracer statue. I'm so psyched. If you guys haven't seen it, it is amazing. It's super highly detailed, and the only thing that sucks about it is that now I gotta spend. God, there's 21 characters. I gotta spend thousands of dollars to get all the statues for all the characters. They're that good.
They're
that amazing. I put them up in our bedroom. Don't tell my wife. So, close out our BlizzCon show. Absolute 100% favorite thing about the event. Marcus, go.
Favorite thing about the event was just being with the guild and experiencing all the new information and the atmosphere together. I mean, that's what World of Warcraft and that's what gaming's really all about. It's about community, and just being there with the community that we created. It was fantastic. That's what made that BlizzCon, was being there with your friends.
Failure?
Yeah, I can't give any other answer than that. It was just me and all you guys. It was just amazing. From the moment we got there, it was like, even though we never met in real life, we were all just instantly great friends, and it was amazing.
I miss you guys terribly already. Grant?
I think we're probably all gonna say that. I mean,
Yeah.
well.
It's truly the highlight, so.
yeah, I mean,
Uh-oh.
It was. I mean, I love you guys. You guys are great and all.
I was hoping he was going to say Buka
Don't
Dabate.
ruin this, Grant.
No, I'm not gonna ruin it. I'm not gonna ruin it, but I want to put it out there because you guys did so much. I didn't think people were capable of doing that. You guys did so much, and it made it really special. But I got to meet Panzer from Trade Chat, so that was awesome. that was like the one thing. I put that up there, like,
that's
I am
right.
going to meet her this weekend. I want to say hi and just be a nerd, and I did. That was a goal.
I forgot
I
to
did it.
mention, we met the Mets himself. Chris
Oh
That
my
too.
God! Yes.
What more can we ask for?
That was fairly amazing. Yeah, he just showed up. There was no line. He was just out there saying hi. He had an energy drink in his hand, and we were able to catch him real quick. I'll laugh because my wife, the first thing she said to him was not hi or anything. Oh my God, you're the reason we got married. Like, what do you say to
amazing.
that?
I think he's like, thank you.
Hendrik, buddy, favorite moment?
favorite moment.
Watching Daryl and Zell's shocked face as he walked through the in and out.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Daryl lost his shit. Like, he had fries in his mouth, and he was like, "What the hell?"
Zell didn't even notice him. Zell turned around and was like, "Hey," and then like just kept going. Then he's like, wait, what?
I was in shock. I was in shock.
I'm still
What
eating.
I don't think I have a specific moment. I mean, there were so many little moments throughout the entire convention that were just awesome. I mean, just being around you guys and being in BlizzCon. I mean, that was it for me.
Zell.
I'm gonna piggyback on what you guys said and then what Grant said as well. Like I listen to a lot of podcasts, so getting a chance to meet some of the people that you listen to, you know, on a weekly basis, was really really cool. Just saying hi to some of those people and letting them know like how much I enjoy their podcast. That was a lot of, you know, that was a lot of fun. The Hilton, the good times that were had at the Hilton. So,
Big shout out.
Shout out to
You
me,
got-
Adam. Hope
Is
he's
Zell-
alive somewhere. Did he get his ass kicked?
Zell, you got to meet Ro. I didn't get a chance to meet him. Big shout out to Ro, Ro
Yes.
Maintenance, for plugging us.
And you know, I mean, most importantly was getting to meet you guys finally after 2 years, a year. Like, didn't want to break down in tears. I was like, this is gonna be amazing, and it was. It was literally everything that I thought it'd be, plus more. So thank you guys for that, and thank you for freaking Blizzard, because I mean the games that they've created, which you just said, Louise, like they've created bonds that far exceeds, like not to get mushy, but they've created bonds that, you know, far exceeds this game, you know, that people will carry on. Like families are built on freaking Blizzard and BlizzCon. So I mean, kudos to them. It was amazing.
No, I have to agree. My favorite thing, honestly, was all unveiling all the surprises I had for you guys. Like, I've been sitting on these things for months. Just, you know, I had, like, literally behind here while we were doing the other podcast were the boxes of trophies and the Legends Anonymous Against Humanity decks. And I was just kind of like, oh, man, wait till these guys see it. It's going to be awesome. And to me, that was my absolute, yeah, look at this, guys. They're Leggy Awards. Real-life trophies. All right, if that can't get you laid, I don't know what will.
For those of you that don't know, the Legends
I tried,
Anonymous
it didn't work.
Legends Anonymous hosts an award show, very similar to the Dundies from The Office, where we hand out very, very hilarious and sometimes serious awards. And this year we did a RL Leggy Awards. So flash your trophies one more time, guys. Show the crowd your
Daryl said he
Leggies.
threw his away. They wouldn't take him on the plane.
They're upstairs.
In his bedroom mantle where they belong. That's where, I don't even know where Alicia's is. My in the bedroom, she said. My favorite thing takeaway are the jerseys. I think these things are really awesome, and I'm excited for next year because we're going to be representing even harder. More members of Legends Anonymous are going to be there, and you can join the fun too. Legends Anonymous is always recruiting, not just for WoW, but for everything. Check out the website, legendsanonymous.com. Apply. We're fun people to hang out with. We're awesome. Marcus doesn't bite. Zell might.
It's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that'll wrap up today's show. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening on to us. So if you guys have any questions, you want to hit us up next time, check us out on Twitter, Tides of Lore. Legends Guild 1's our YouTube channel. So, signing off from the surface of the sun, Arizona, saying goodbye for all of us. Take care, Azeroth. We'll see you next time.